Push Pass Nation, come on in, check in, post a message, let us know where you're joining us from. Simone here, and we know there's a lot of excitement in Dominica. This is the height of the Creole season, this being October 25th, 2022. But we also have some other great news, some other great events, some other great promotions going on in Dominica. So we always want to take some time to make sure that we are paying attention to everything that is important at this time of the year. So today we have Adams Healthcare with us. They're here to give us some updates with regards to their company. They're also here to give us some updates on St. Joseph University in Dominica. So we have a lot of great information to share with you today. So come on in. I see the numbers are climbing. Guys, come on in, share the live. Let everyone know that we are here. We are here to promote and support each other, which is what we do right here on Push Past 10. So come on in, share the live. Let us introduce our guests and have them tell us who they are. So Miss Seraphine and Mr. Thomas, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us.
And thank you so much for having us, Miss Matthew. I'm Miss Seraphine. I am the marketing manager at St. Joseph University and Adams Healthcare, which is in fact, of course, a group of companies. So that's me in a nutshell. I handle everything as it relates to marketing as well as human resource. So I will just turn the table over to Mr. Thomas to introduce himself.
Good afternoon to the many viewers just joining us. Of course, my name is Errol Thomas. I'm the Senior Marketing Officer at the St. Joseph University, along with Adams Healthcare and the group of companies that we are marketing. A very special good afternoon to you, Simon. Bonjour, Creole. I hope you do enjoy your Creole season. Okay, quitter un petit morceau l'amour ba moi que manger yo.
Il sait pas le créole, mais moi ça pas le créole.
Ça bon, hein?
Pas commencer le créole ça là parce que moi ça parle créole.
Dis-moi.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you for being here and for wanting to provide us with updates on Adams Healthcare. So I will have you guys take it away. Janila, I sent you the link so you can go ahead and share it. So Mr. Thomas, if you want to get started and just give us a sense of some of the updates that you want to inform the public on today.
Definitely. We have Adams Healthcare, as I mentioned, is part of, the parent company of the Adams Group of companies. St. Joseph University does fall under Adams Health and Education Services, which forms part of the Adams Group of companies. Today, we're here to share with you a bit of updates from Adams Healthcare and St. Joseph University. So I will just turn the tables over to Mr. Thomas, who would give you some highlights on Adams Pharmacy and what we have to offer to the general public for the Creole season and by extension for the rest of the year. So, Mr. Thomas.
Yes, we do offer a number of services. Of course, we provide our many clients and customers with the highest level of privacy that you can expect at a clinic. The individuals seeking our services, we must inform them that, of course, there's a level of high confidentiality when we deal with our clients, and we cater for the entire family. For the men, the children, the ladies, we have special services. Of course, we offer for the ladies, and we have special equipment that will help the men along their journey to become men or to act as men as well. So we have a number of services that we offer. We also provide our men with support help if ED conditions and so, and we provide equipment in that regard. So the men who are seeking general health care can also come to Adams Pharmacy. We don't only cater for the women, we cater for the men, we cater for the family, we cater for the children. Of course, we have special products in the pharmacy that lends itself to the healthcare, to the improvement of healthcare of children. We have Vincipro, for instance, which is a product that helps children with a number of illnesses and can cure a number of diseases. So that is just one of the products. We have Zesto HB, which is also a product that can help women to improve their various conditions. So we do have a number of products. We provide a counseling in all areas. Of course, many of you in Dominica knows Dr. Ferrara and his specialty and what he offers to the general public. The pharmacy and the clinic, of course, is just an extension to the various services that we provide at Adams Healthcare.
And might I just interject, Mr. Thomas, we do offer and provide convenience to our clients, our patients, especially to expecting mothers. The pharmacy is located next to Dr. Ferrera's office. So whilst you're waiting and everybody knows when you come to a doctor's office, it might take a while because, as we all know, persons are set by appointments. Dr. Ferrera is one person, so it's going to take a while. Because we have everything located in one building, it is convenience offered right at your fingertips. So you don't have to go far. After you see doctor, even while you're waiting, you can hop into the pharmacy and you can grab something to eat, something to drink. You can peruse the aisles to see what is offered, something to occupy your time. And even after you see the doctor, our laboratory is located right upstairs. So you don't have
and Ms. Seraphine and Mr. Thomas, I am happy that you guys mentioned services for particular populations. So what I want us to do is kind of zone in. So let's start with women's services. So let's talk about what we specialize in for women. Then let's talk about what we specialize in for men and then for children. So our audience can get a very succinct understanding of exactly what they can come to Adams Healthcare for.
Definitely. We offer a few under Adams Healthcare. We offer a few specialized services, and I'll just start by listing them out and going into detail as to explaining exactly what those are. We offer labiaplasty for women. That is a procedure where it decreases the size of your labia minora, which is the flaps on either side of your vaginal opening, so that it's flush with the labia majora, which is the outer part of the female genitalia. Some women who want labiaplasty because they do not like the look of their labia, and as we know, this may increase due to a few factors: aging, genetics, or childbirth. So that's one of the services that we offer to women who are facing these conditions. And it's a very quick procedure. It can be performed within an hour. It is done using either general anesthetic or local anesthetic with sedation. It also involves shortening or reshaping your vaginal lips. So in layman terms, that's exactly what it is. The unwanted tissue is cut away with a scalpel or laser, and the loose edge is stitched with fine dissolvable stitches. And again, I'll just expound some of the reasons to those persons who are now tuning in. It reduces pain and irritation, the ability to participate in activities like riding a bike, so that makes it easier. It improves your sexuality on a whole, so you have a better experience with your partner. It improves your confidence as a woman, and you feel more comfortable wearing tight clothing like leggings or tights. We also have a second procedure called vaginal rejuvenation. That is also done within an hour. It's an outpatient procedure which tightens the vaginal opening and the vaginal canal to a patient's specifications. Millions of women around the world experience vaginal relaxation due to childbirth or aging. So that's not something women have to be ashamed or embarrassed about. It is a very normal thing that women go through. A lot of women are afraid to come to the doctor or afraid to seek help for those conditions because they're ashamed, or they probably think, what is the doctor going to, what might the doctor say when he sees me like that? That's his job. There's no shame in coming to the doctor and getting help and improving your overall health, because at the end of the day, you're improving it for you, you're improving it for your partner, you're improving it for your family. So why not?
Let us stay on that topic, Ms. Seraphine, because do you have women who've come in for these procedures, and what has been their experience?
We do have women who have come in for these procedures, and overall they feel better about themselves after
Yes.
they have it done. Yes, it might be a bit painful during the recovery period. There is
And
medication that you
how
can
long is the recovery period?
well, it doesn't take too long. Typically, recovery would take less than 6 weeks.
Okay.
So it's something that's you feel good about yourself after. So you feel your health is improved. You feel good about your body. You know how good it feels to know that after you have something like that done, you can wear a tights, you can go to the beach, you can do whatever it is you want. You feel confident as a woman after you have a procedure like that done. So
Mhm.
we have good reviews. The numbers are great from the women. They do come back and give us the feedback after they have the procedure done and say that they feel good about themselves. So that is something that we encourage women to take advantage of. That's a service that we offer, and we encourage women who suffer with those types of conditions or who are experiencing those issues to come in. They can call, they come in and get a consultation, and
Mhm.
then Dr. Ferreira himself will ease you into the procedure. It's not something you have to be afraid of, because one of the
And
number one factors that can
how long is the procedure?
it is a 1 hour procedure. The two procedures
Oh.
I just explained, they're 1 hour procedures. It doesn't
Mhm.
take long at all.
Mhm.
So again, that's something that you can always book an appointment and come in for a consultation with Dr. Ferreira himself. Patients can also walk in to get consultations done, and it happens quickly. It's not something that you opt on a long waiting list and you have to
Right.
wait months to get it done. It's something that can be done very quickly.
And it sounds like it's almost an investment in you, because here you are, you're probably a mom. You've spent years giving birth to your children and focusing all your time and energy on your children. And it's now time to take care of yourself. Because I think many times
Definitely.
women feel they have to be the sacrificial lamb and just invest everything in their family and their children and their jobs, and not just ignore themselves. And it's not true. We should also be taking care of ourselves, because when you feel better, when you look good, you feel good, right? So if there's
Exactly.
something that is bothering you and there's a procedure that can take care of it, why not?
Exactly. And I'm a
Yeah.
mother. I don't suffer with that condition. I don't have those issues. But
Mhm.
I know what mothers feel and what they tend to do. They tend to put all of their efforts and everything they focus on their children, especially in the early stages of their children's life. They want to put all of their focus on their children. And that's not a bad thing. But at the end of the day, you have to focus on yourself as well. You have to focus on your mental well-being as well as your physical. And again, if the physical is not in tip-top shape, it's going to affect your mental health one way or another. And that
Mhm.
in turn is going to translate in you not being able to take care of your child properly or give your
Absolutely.
child the exact care that they would need. So my advice to young mothers, because it is something that can affect young and older mothers. So my advice to them would be to take care of themselves, give yourselves love, give yourselves that self-care, and come into Adams Healthcare, because we do take women's health on a holistic approach. We do not
Absolutely.
just focus on one thing. We try to
Mhm.
target every aspect of a female's health in general. So
Now,
that's my advice to young mothers and the older mothers as well.
yeah, now let's stay on women's health for just a little bit longer. Is there anything else you would like to tell us about in terms of women's healthcare? And Mr. Thomas, you can feel free to jump in as well.
Yes, I will. In fact,
But Miss Seraphine
Miss
is doing a fantastic job.
Miss Seraphine is about to describe the next procedure, which is laser hair reduction,
Oh, that's a great one.
that we offer as well. So she's going to lead you into that.
Thank you.
So we do not just offer services to women's genitalia as it relates to the specialized services, but as I said, we take a holistic approach. So laser hair reduction is also something that women can receive, and again, that translates into your mental health and your mental well-being. The laser hair procedure is very quick and it's very simple. It is a medical procedure that uses a concentrated beam of light to remove unwanted hair, and that can be done in any part of your body. Underarms, your pubic region, your legs, your feet, anywhere you want to remove hair, that can be done, as well as on your face. The reasons persons may want to do the laser hair reduction would be to save money over time. I have not done the procedure, but I spend a lot of money in shaving sticks, shaving
We all
cream.
do.
We all do. And that is something that is very expensive. What that procedure does, it enables you to save money. So it's not something where the hair is going to grow back over time. It's something that is basically permanent. It eliminates ingrowing hairs. And I know a lot of women, Black women especially, that's something that we suffer from, is ingrowing hairs. So that procedure eliminates ingrown hairs.
Now, would it be appropriate for men as well, for the removal of their hair, as you mentioned, ingrowing hair?
Definitely, it is a procedure that's available for both men and women. So it's not just for women.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we're encouraging everyone to contact Adams Pharmacy for a consultation and, get the pricing, the procedures, and everything else you need to know. Now, I know with the pigmentation of our skin, Miss Seraphine, sometimes we can have scarring. So is there, can you tell us more about that, if there will be any scarring or any concerns we would have with this procedure?
Typically, there is no scarring. You might have some redness because it is a laser procedure. But again, that is something that persons would have to get the information from the doctor once you go in, because it varies based on your skin type. Everybody's not the same. So what might not happen to me, it might happen to someone else, which is why persons are encouraged to come in for a consultation and get the information that they need, have a consult with the doctor, and then he would give you the appropriate information that you need as it relates to your skin type and the results from that procedure.
Yes, and of course, we want to take a minute to thank everyone for joining us on the Facebook Live. Agnes, I see you. Thank you for being here. Gail, Bruni, Clarin, Frederick, Angela, James, guys, thank you for being here. Come on in, share the live. We are talking about different services offered by Adams Healthcare in Dominica. Anything else you want to add with regards to the women's healthcare?
Definitely. As it relates to taking care of yourself, it's not just taking care of yourself and coming in to have specialized services done. We do have a fully stocked medical laboratory, and we do encourage women to come in and get their various tests done. And we offer all of our tests in-house. So your tests can be, or your test results can be given to you the same day as well. So we do not have to send our tests overseas, and it's not a situation where you have to wait weeks to get your test results back. Everything is done in-house. So women are encouraged to come in and get any type of test that they want done. We do offer HPV testing as well, and we do offer HPV vaccines to women as well in Dominica. Now, HPV testing is something, or HPV is something that is prevalent worldwide. This is something, and we saw the need to incorporate that as part of the services that we offer, because it can reduce your chances of getting cancer in the future, cervical cancer. Mm-hmm. So while we do offer the test to find out if you do have HPV, we do offer the vaccine as well for prevention.
Mm-hmm. Now, how about pap smears, mammograms, other women's services?
Definitely. Yes. We do offer pap smears, we offer mammograms to women, and that is something that I would encourage women to come in and take advantage of, because it is recommended that you take a pap smear or a general checkup at least once a year. A pap smear should be done every year once you're past the age of 21. So I do encourage women to come in, book their consultations, and to get their pap smears done. And just come in and check on yourself, because at the end of the day, when you sit and you're complacent and you do not take control, or you do not go ahead and check up on yourself, then what's going to come after is not something that you would be desirous of.
And Mr. Thomas and Ms. Seraphine, I'm so happy we're having this conversation, because we're seeing so many young women dying of cancer in Dominica. So we have to continue, Mr. Thomas, we have to continue to promote preventative care. We have to continue to promote health screening and the importance of early detection.
So this, in fact, is a call for women and men generally to be more proactive when it comes to their health, because
Mhm.
without health you cannot amass anything. You cannot amass wealth, you cannot study properly, you cannot go to school, you cannot work. You must be in good physical condition, mentally and otherwise, for you to develop whatever, you know.
Yeah, and you can't take care of your family because many times our excuse is we are busy with the family, we don't have
Yeah,
time to take care of
exactly.
ourselves. But guess what? When cancer or another disease strikes you down,
It puts you in
you
more
still
expense and
don't
your
have
life
time
is
to
not.
take care of your family. So why not just take the preventative measures?
Measures, exactly. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
we
Thank you for
often
that.
say prevention is better than cure.
That's true.
Absolutely.
We have to be proactive with our health
Hmm.
and everything that surrounds our general well-being if we want to be mentally and physically well.
Yes, so I can certainly tell that you guys have a very comprehensive, holistic, like you said, Ms. Seraphin, approach to women's healthcare. And I know that also includes mental health counseling. I think one of you mentioned the importance of counseling. So I'm assuming it's counseling for men, women, and do you have counseling for children as well?
We do offer those services for the entire family. So it's not just targeted towards men or women. It is something that is provided for the family. So persons can always come in, persons can always call to get more information in that regard as well. We are aware that mental
Hmm.
health is something that's very important. It is something that has been affecting the youth for a very long time. And again, where your health is concerned, that is something that persons would have to take into consideration, or you have to take necessary precaution. So again, counseling for your health. Once you come in to do tests, we do offer counseling services as well where that is concerned.
And as it
Now let
relates
us.
to children, Simon, it is often
Mhm.
said that our children suffer from obesity, maybe because of our lifestyle, our foods, and that sort of thing. At Adams Healthcare, we have a holistic approach to health, and that is, of course, taking care of the children as well. So, counseling, like Ms. Seraphin said, for the entire family is a key component of the services that we offer.
Yeah, and let us also talk about the importance of privacy in counseling because, unfortunately, at home in Dominica, there's stigma attached to counseling, which I think is
Definitely.
absolutely ludicrous in 2022. We still have stigma concerning mental health issues. So, talk to us about the privacy involved in your counseling service.
Well, for the everything that is offered, once you step into Adams Healthcare, once you step into our health complex, everything is 100% confidential. So persons
Mhm.
should not be in fear of their information getting out or someone coming in to see them and their name is all over the street. We are 100%, and that is something that we pride ourselves on, is the our level of confidentiality in the services and everything that we do. Everything is discreet. The information that is shared between yourself and your doctor, that is exactly where it stays in the room with you and your doctor. So you have nothing to worry about where that is concerned. Once you come in and you see the doctor or you have a conversation with him, then nothing goes outside of that room. Once you come into
Mhm.
our lab facility and you have a test done, your results are for your eyes and your eyes only, or your eyes and your doctor. So your information going out there on the street is not something that you have to worry about at Adams Healthcare. There has not been a time where, and I can confidently say that, where we've had a breach of patients' privacy or a breach of patients' level of confidentiality inside of our complex. It's the same thing in the pharmacy. Our staff is properly trained to take the necessary precaution to keep our patients' information safe, so persons have nothing to worry about. So from your first interaction with the security guard at the front up until your last interaction with the doctor inside of the pharmacy, when you leave, your information stays exactly where it is.
Yeah, and that is truly reassuring. That is truly reassuring to know because that's important. That's important. We live in a small society in Dominica, and before you know it, your information can spread right across the island.
Oh
So
yes.
that is
And
certainly
Dominica is indeed a very
very
small place,
small.
and information goes around very quickly. I'm the
Mhm.
HR manager, and that is something that I take very seriously. That is something that I ensure that my staff are trained on, is confidentiality and the level of customer service that you provide to the customers.
Mhm.
Persons cannot say that persons cannot say that they would receive bad service when they come into our complex or in onto the compound. From the time that the security guard meets you up until the time that you enter the clinic, if you go to the pharmacy, if you go to the lab, our level of customer service is something that we pride ourselves on, and that is something that I take very seriously.
Yes, I can tell. I can tell that you're passionate about confidentiality, and that is so important. So I'm really happy to hear that. Now let's talk about men healthcare. So, Mr. Thomas, is that you want to jump in and give us a little bit of information, and we can just go back and forth. It doesn't have to be one person or the other, but let's talk about men's health because we all know how difficult it is to get our men to go to the doctors. You know, I have male cousins, and
Uh,
they refuse to go to the doctor. They said if they keep saying, if I have something I do not want to know. And I'm thinking to myself, that is a terrible way to walk through life
Mm-hmm.
because you have an opportunity to potentially eradicate something from you before it becomes extreme, but you refuse to go to the doctor. So let's try to convince our men of the importance, even if we as women have to hold their hands and walk them to the doctor. Let's talk about
men,
men's healthcare.
men always tend to be more difficult or more stubborn or more macho, as it will, when it comes to their health. But unlike everything else, the men's species or the male species is equally vulnerable to succumbing to illnesses as well as the women. So, of course, we do tests for your prostate. We do tests for a number of other illnesses, colon cancer, etc. We do a number of those tests. There is a special service that we
Procedure.
offer. It's pre
It's the P shot.
pre
Yes,
shot.
jump
It's
in,
a
Miss
pre-shot.
Seraphine, jump in. We're going back and forth. It doesn't matter. Jump in.
How should I go about explaining it? It takes the how should I say? It's a PRP procedure that includes or that will give you a longer. It will help your erection. It will give you a firmer and longer erection.
Mhm.
For men, you know, it also helps with erectile function, discomfort, and that sort of thing. You may feel that you can stand, but at the end of the day, you might be just as weak as anything else. So you need to strengthen that aspect of your physical.
And that's a procedure.
Yes, it is a
Yes,
specialized procedure that we offer. It does also increase the girth and size of the male genitalia.
It does.
So
Oh, that's great.
it's not just for men who suffer from erectile dysfunction. Young men can come in and get the procedure too. So it is to assist with the strength that you already have to make you stronger.
exactly.
Oh, that's
It
impressive.
is not specific. So as I said, it's not specific. It's not a procedure that is specific to erectile dysfunction. So it's a procedure that includes taking the platelet-rich plasma from the patient's own blood and injecting it back into their penis. And that is a procedure that it's not a one-off procedure. It is a procedure that you have to do one time, and it would last for a few years. But then after a few years, you would have to come back in to get it done. We do have a few success stories from those procedures. And of course, persons would not go online and say, oh, I had this procedure done. That's not something that you would expect a man to do.
No.
But we do have the success stories from men who have come in and they have relayed their level of
Yes, story.
confidence or their
Yes, yes,
stories to us, and
yeah,
they are pleased to know that they could please their wives, their
absolutely.
girlfriends,
Yeah.
and of course it makes them more confident as men, because as a
Mhm.
man, some men feel that that's where their masculinity lies.
Lies. Yeah.
um and I'm not sure why they would feel that way, but of
Mhm.
course, after they have that procedure done, they do feel more confident. It
Mhm.
is a procedure that, of course, is paired with a penis pump. So we do have those pumps available at
Mhm.
the pharmacy as well.
And let me just say, I'm really happy with the direction that Adams Healthcare is going with this, because I think for too long we have shunned and shied away from sexuality and
Hmm.
enhancing our sexual performance. And a lot of people's confidence come from being, attractive. So women
Exactly.
want to be attractive down there for their partner, for intimacy. Men want to feel confident by being able to satisfy their partners. Why can't we have these conversations? Right.
Exactly.
So I'm really grateful that Adams Healthcare has stepped forward and said, you know what, here's the conversations we need to have. And I do anticipate us having some more conversations on these topics because they're important. And in
This
2022,
is
we shouldn't be shying away from these topics.
exactly. This is
Don't
a
you know that
program that.
that a lot of relationships suffer as a result
Yes,
of that? So we
yes,
really need to have that conversation to bring back that
yes,
consciousness and awareness into the whole
yes.
discussion, really.
And it helps to maintain families because when you're satisfying your partner, both as a man and as a woman, it binds your relationship, or else you're just roommates.
Exactly.
If you're not
Exactly.
being intimate with your partner, you're being a roommate. So you have to keep that fire going. And one of the ways to keep the fire burning is to have the confidence in yourself that, hey, I look good, I feel desirable as a woman. And as a man, look, I can stand up to my woman, I can give her what she wants. It's important. It's important. We don't have to
Satisfaction is
shy away from
guaranteed.
these
Eh?
conversations.
This is a program that I have done on the radio a few times, and
Mhm.
it's very interesting to know that a certain percentage of the population were dissatisfied or was dissatisfied that I was on the radio talking about those procedures and talking about sexual health. I have no idea why our people are so afraid or so encapsulated in a shell as to why we cannot openly speak about our sexual health. That is what makes us. That is what makes us. It's sex. That's
We're
sex.
sexual people.
You come. We're all byproducts of sex. So
Mhm.
why isn't it something that we can openly speak about on the radio or on the general public to educate our persons, our citizens on their sexual health and just becoming more confident overall, taking care of their bodies, taking care of themselves in general.
No, but
Mhm.
I would even take it a step further, because,
Mhm.
for instance, we teach children in secondary school hygiene. We teach them about their health. We teach them about their productive genes and that sort of thing. But yet, when we become adults, we shy away from that
Yeah.
conversation. And we don't want our children who are learning the very same things in school to even discuss it.
Mhm.
Hence, a big hypocrisy, I think, in the
Mhm.
society, that we need to turn the stone over and
Yeah.
really be open minded, be broad minded, being able to discuss those issues with our children,
Mhm.
because they are young adults, or young teenagers coming up, and they will experience the cycle change in their bodies, and they will want to experience different things. So we have to be able to protect them and guide them and talk to them and counsel them openly.
And I think the
Mhm.
mindset is something that translates over as to why men are afraid or are shy in coming to the doctor to check up on themselves. Because if from a young age we're encouraging our young persons, or we're telling them that's not something that they're supposed to be open about or something that they're supposed to be comfortable with discussing, then it's going to translate into them growing up and being afraid to even go to the doctor to check up on themselves, to even get a test
Exactly.
done, to
Exactly.
find out if they're infected with something, or to find
Mhm.
out if they have cancer. They're even afraid to go and get their prostates checked. And that is something that should be normalized in our society. Why should a man die from prostate cancer? Why should any man in our society die from prostate cancer when they can take the necessary precaution to get themselves checked before to avoid it or prevent it from happening.
Prevention is better than cure. Here we
Yeah,
go.
and I'm really happy that despite the pushback that you received from being on the radio, you continue to speak out, because this is conversations we need to keep in the media,
Definitely.
to ensure that we are maintaining healthy relations, we're maintaining healthy relationships. And we just want to say, of course, good afternoon to everyone who's joining us on Facebook. We have a nice audience with us today. Sandra Norris, nice to see you. She says, good afternoon, Dr. Simone and guests. Look all the way out there in the UK. You actually caught her live at a decent hour, huh? She's actually in Paris. I'm sorry. So out there in Paris, and she says informative, and that's Dominicans for you. Let's see who else we have with us. John Charles, Philip Etienne, Mava Charles, MJ Sarah, and someone else just posted a message. It's because their minds, that's Sam Hill. It's because their minds are carnal and they believe every conversation about sex is dirty. So we have a lot of work to do.
Oh, yes.
We do.
Yes.
And Adams Healthcare is prepared to take up the mantle and educate the general public. And while we're on that topic, Discover Dominica did put out that this year is the year for general health awareness. So Adams Healthcare is prepared next month and for the rest of the year to have more conversations like this, to educate the public, to sensitize the public, and to make them more comfortable to check up on themselves and take their health seriously. Because at the end of the day, you're not just caring for yourselves, you're caring for your family, you're caring for your loved ones, and you're caring for those persons you might have future interactions with. So we are prepared to have more conversations like this to sensitize the public on caring for themselves, and not just their mental health, but their physical and sexual health as well.
Yeah, and I certainly want to be a part of that conversation, because here we have a very mature audience. So, we're not bashful. We're not going to shy away from a particular topic. We're not going to see sex as dirty. It's a beautiful thing in the right situation with the right partner.
It is a godly ordained thing. It has to be holistic. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes. So we have to continue this conversation. So thank you so much for being at the forefront of that. Now, anything did we miss regarding men's health? I want to make sure we cover everything.
Well, there's just one more service that we do offer. It is the PRP procedure. So the PRP procedure is also for hair loss and muscle strain injuries. And that's a procedure that I would encourage athletes to take advantage of. And men in their that are going down in their age, those persons who are suffering from baldness, and it's something that happens to young men as well. It's not just for the older generation. That's a procedure that they can take advantage of. It is a 3-step medical treatment in which your own blood is drawn, it's processed, and it's injected into your scalp. It's not a procedure that I've had done, as you can see. So I have no idea how painful that is, but it does help with your receding hairline. It helps with your lost edges. It is something that women can do as well. So it's not just for men. And it is also done for muscle strain. It potentially reduces pain, it reduces swelling, and time for a return to play. The serum stimulates blood flow to the injured tissues. More blood gives your body the building blocks it needs to repair damage. So that is a procedure that is highly encouraged, that I highly encourage persons to take advantage of, especially if you have muscle strains. So athletes, persons who work hard, persons who go to the garden, if you operate heavy machinery. So that is something that you should come in, get a consultation for, and to have that procedure done.
Yeah, and next time we do a program, this is what I'm going to recommend, because of course we want to maintain confidentiality, very important. But maybe we can get some reviews from men and women privately, no names, who've had the procedure, because I think when the public hears from other people who've had these procedures and how it boosted their confidence. Because I think that is what it boils down to, a boost in confidence, because confidence is important in every aspect of our lives, right? So
Yes.
when we can hear from others who've had these procedures, I think it gives the public the impetus to want to do the procedures as well. So just a thought for the next time that we do a program. But this is invaluable information. So I'm so happy that we are having this conversation today. And of course, thank you everyone on the Facebook Live. Kurt Williams, great to see you. Ramona Benoit, great to see you. Now, we talked about childhood obesity. So let's talk about healthcare services for our children. And of course, we have to think of children as the toddlers, the babies, the toddlers, the young kids, and the adolescents.
Definitely. So for children, we do encourage, and again, that boils down to the one-on-one consultation with the doctor when as it relates to children. We do offer a holistic approach as it relates to dieting. So offering medications to children for obesity is not something that we would recommend, but what we do offer and what we do encourage parents to do for their children is a change in diet, encouraging them to exercise, to be more active. Especially in schools when they get home, taking them away from the computer. Because what we have done our research and what we have realized or what we've deduced is that when children sit down in front of the computer and they're eating, their body is not active. So the time that they take sitting in front of computer and eating, they build up more calories. And especially when they are taking a lot of cold drinks, a lot of sugar, we do encourage our parents, especially when they come in with children, to reduce the amount of sugar that your child takes in, reduce the amount of processed juices and the amount of processed food. Tin stuff especially is something that gives children makes children obese. And not just that, but what we have realized is there's a number of children that are coming down with a few disorders such as hypertension, and again, that's not something that a child is supposed to suffer from. The amount of salt and sugar that your child intakes should be kept at a minimum. So we encourage our parents to give their children a well-balanced diet. When they go to school, you don't send them to school with biscuits and sodas. And that's not something that we promote here at our complex. We encourage children to take a lot of more local foods. Again, agriculture is at the forefront of our economy. We should be encouraging our children to go to school and eat provision, eat more fish, reduce the amount of chicken that you eat, drink more water, get more exercise, be outside. In this day and age, we're seeing too many children in front of tablets, computers, and TVs. Back in the day, we didn't have those luxuries. And I may look young, but I was born in the 90s. I was outside playing in the dirt, running down hills, playing marble.
And you remember Simon in the days when he used to play footsie?
Hoopsekwe. Look, my favorite, I declare, Mr. I declare. Rounders, hopscotch, you name it.
Hopscotch, you know those.
And we had fun. Those were the times where we were our best selves. We were fulfilled. We had a lot of fun. I don't see why children these days, everything for them is a tablet. I want to sit on a tablet. As you come from school, you do your homework, you're on a tablet for the rest of your day until you're ready to go to sleep. Children should be encouraged to go outside and enjoy themselves. Be children.
But that's I'm happy we're having this conversation, Miss Seraphine, because I think we as parents have to watch ourselves too.
We do. Yes,
we model it. Are we going home and just taking a shower, taking dinner, and watching TV, or our children seen as being active, going out, going to the river, going for a hike, because they follow our lead many times. So we can say till we turn blue, stop being on your iPad. But if all they're seeing is us texting away. So, I always like for us to have these conversations, but I also want us to take a look at ourselves as well to see if we're modeling the behavior that we want our children to emulate.
And it is understandable when you come home from a long day of work, you're tired. You just want to sit and relax and be by yourself. But at the end of the day, your child is watching you. They're patterning every single thing that you do, from the way that you speak, if you're reading everything that you do at home, how your child sees you on the street, they're watching every single thing that you do. So that's why parents are encouraged to have a conversation with your child, help your child with his or her homework, sit and talk to them about life, talk to them about their sexual health at the appropriate age, of course, or be open to them, do different fun activities with them that will keep them occupied, as opposed to just sitting on a computer and being complacent.
Yes, I can really tell that Adams Healthcare is taking a holistic approach to healthcare. So I'm really happy to hear that, you guys have covered just about anything. Mr. Thomas, anything you wanted to add in?
Well, generally, I just wanted to encourage our families, our men, our children to be more healthy. It is often said that you need a healthy mind in a sound body.
Yep.
Without that, the two go together, the sound body and a healthy mind. So that's where it starts. So that's where we have to get our children involved in social activities or extracurriculum activities, not just the computer and the book and coming from school and do your homework, that sort of thing. Encourage them to do a number of things, maybe play a music instrument, maybe, play football,
And even while we're in the cultural season, encourage
exactly.
them to take part in a cultural activity.
Exactly. Yes. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So yes. Those are the things that we really want to express. We want to motivate our people in doing. We want to lead them and guide them into that direction of a healthier living, a more holistic approach to your life and your well-being. I think that's where it is.
Yes, and I'm really happy we're having this conversation. But before we run out of time, I also want to make sure we get some updates on St. Joseph University. So this university opened in September of this year, was it?
Yes. So
yes. Any updates you can share with us?
Yes, we did open in September, and I am proud to say that the numbers that we have, it is wonderful. We did get feedback from our students that they are enjoying the classes that we've launched with. And we did open with a few more schools. So initially, it was just supposed to be the School of Medicine that had to be launched come September. We did launch a few more. So we have the School of Education. We did launch the School of Information Technology. We launched the School of Business and Business Management and Finance. We launched the School of Culinary Arts. We did also, and currently, this week, we started offering, come January, we will be offering the English as a second language program at the certificate level. So we're not just offering the MD program, but we do offer certificate programs, associate's degree programs, bachelor's degree programs, master's degree programs, and in the near future, we will be offering PhD level programs as well.
Quite impressive. And what is the feedback from the students so far?
We have picked a lot of interest for the various programs. There is one recruitment agency. We've picked like 600 persons showing interest in the various programs, and locally we do have a lot of interest. What the university has started doing, we've started our recruitment drive. We've started going into the various high schools and speaking to different students, and the students have shown us their interest in the various programs. So come September next year, we would have students that are graduating from high school and coming into our programs. We do have our team, the admissions team, who's currently working with those students to prepare them for the various programs that they would want to do. So things are going well at St. Joseph University, I must say, and it is only up from here.
Yeah, and I think
what only get better.
Yes, and I think what's impressive is that the students don't have to go to the state college first.
They don't.
They can go
come
from the
straight from
high school to St. Joseph, right?
into St.
Yes,
Joseph
yes.
University.
Right.
And for those persons who are unsure about the programs that they want to do, they can start at the certificate level and work their way into the program. What I do appreciate is the fact that we have an admissions counselor on hand who would assist the students with helping them to make the decision as to what career path that they want to go into. And we don't prepare the students just for the world of work. We give them a holistic approach to life. So we prepare them for life after college, how they're going to get an apartment, how they're going to work, how they can land a job. We prepare them for the interview. We prepare them for everything that they have to do after life in college. For those persons who want to do the MD program, the 5-year MD, we do have scholarship opportunities available as well. The program did launch in September. So we still have scholarship opportunities available, tuition-free scholarship opportunities available for persons who are interested in the 5-year MD program. And might I say, it is an offer that I would encourage the general public to take advantage of, because many times finance is one of the key factors that prevents someone from going to school or pursuing higher education. And at SJU, it is a school for the people, as we initially mentioned. It is a school for all Dominicans. And why not attend a school that is locally owned, that has no plans of going anywhere? It is a school for Dominicans. It's owned by a Dominican who had his fair share of struggles growing up. So he understands, Dr. Ferreira understands the intrinsic complications of attending college and not having the money to attend school, not having what it takes, the capacity to remain in your classes, not having the support that you need at home, not knowing where your next meal is going to come from, and having to attend school. So all of that is taken into consideration when we prepare our fee structure, when we select students for the various programs that we're admitting them into. We develop them holistically, as opposed to just landing them in a class and letting them fight it out for themselves. They are taken care of from the time that they enter our programs up until the time that they would graduate in the near future.
Yeah, and what I did, I made sure. Go ahead, Mr. Thomas.
No, I was about to say that includes the whole holistic approach of integrating them into the community and the society in which they live. Because, for instance, a doctor living in Maho doesn't only operate at the hospital. There might be people in his immediate environment that may fall sick now and again that he would have to attend to. So being that community-oriented person also helps you to broaden your mind into the profession that you are dealing with, and to give you a deeper understanding of what self-service and community service is all about.
And I have been speaking to a few of the lecturers about how their classes are going, and they did reiterate that they go down to the level of the student. They take a one-on-one approach with the students as it relates to the way that they're translating the information for them to understand. So it's not just coming into the classroom, delivering content, and that's it. If you understand, you understand. If you don't, you don't. They go down to the students' level to ensure that they understand it, and if they don't, then they put it into a different way that they will understand it, to ensure that they're prepared to move on to the next semester. So that's one thing that I appreciate. And in marketing SJU, before September even started, that is something that we were deeply focused on, and that's something that we stressed, was that our professional lecturers would prepare our students for their life outside of college. So they would go down to the level, and I'm glad that it's being done, because it is proof that what we said, we put into action.
Absolutely. And what about the classroom sizes? Do you guys have online programs?
Yes,
so
we are currently offering our programs both hybrid and in person. So the classes can be run online, and it can also be run in person. For those persons who want to work while they're still going to school, that option is still available. So you can work and you can have your late afternoon classes. You can come to class in the morning, go to work in the afternoon. You can do your classes online, and you can be at work as well. So
Yes, go ahead.
We try to make it as comfortable for the student as much as possible, and we try to make it as easy as possible as
As
well.
interactive as possible.
Convenient, yes,
That sort of
absolutely.
thing.
And let's not forget the number of jobs you guys have created. That's
Definitely,
important. To start a
definitely.
whole new university, it certainly takes people to work in different positions, not just the lecturers, but as well right down to the custodians, the clerks, the administration. So we
Exactly.
Yeah.
also have to say that this is an opportunity to employ Dominicans.
Oh,
And
yes.
as we move forward, once the numbers begin growing more, there will also be a need for more staff on hand. We would also need to develop our admissions team, because once we see those numbers start pouring in, that's more jobs that are going to be available to Dominicans. So we are putting it out there that we would have jobs available for Dominicans. That's one of the main goals of the university: job creation in Dominica. We
Mhm.
want Dominicans to take advantage of the opportunities that are available to them, and not just for going to school,
Going to school,
but you
yeah.
would have a job after school as well. We do also encourage persons who do not want to go to school out of fear of not getting a job. Be your own boss. You
Mhm.
can
Create.
create
Yeah.
your own stream of income for yourself. If you are interested in doing business, or if business has never been an interest of yours, take advantage of the opportunity that's in front of you. Because at the end of the day, being an entrepreneur is not something that's easy, but it's something that pays. It's something that can get you ahead in life. It can make you successful. So I encourage persons, and if you're sitting there saying, "Oh, I don't have a business mind," anybody can have a business mind. It
Mhm.
takes one simple idea, the right stream of income, or support from someone in the community, and your business, your small business, can be underway. We know of the government that's affording grants to small business owners. There's loans available to persons who are interested in starting up their businesses. So if you're finished with school, or if you're not sure what program you want to go into, I would highly encourage persons to take advantage of our business and accounting programs that we have available, because you can create your own stream of income, and a stream of income for persons who are looking for jobs, or who would be looking for jobs in the near future.
And if you're not sure what business you should go into, you just have to ask yourself one question: what is my passion?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right. So my passion is motivation. My passion is bringing people together, promotion, celebrating Dominica. So here I am.
Exactly. You're doing
you
what
know,
you love.
Yes, do what you love and turn it into a business. And we do have a question on the Facebook Live, but let me first say, because this will air on Untapped Potential as well. So for more information about Adams Healthcare, you can visit their website at adamshealthcarellc.com. So again, adamshealthcarellc.com. And for more information about St. Joseph University, it is sjudominica.com. Sjudominica.com. I got that correct, guys?
Well, actually, the website URL changed. So the permanent URL is stjosephuniversity.edu.dm. We
Okay,
made it
so
a
let,
lot
let,
easier for the public.
let me write that down. Say it again.
stjosephuniversity.edu.dm.
.edu.dm. So St. Joseph University.edu.dm for our untapped potential listeners. And let's take a question real quick. Okay, so we have Vince Revere. Thank you for being here. DJ K Slay is here. Marielis Challenger is here. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. And this person says, good afternoon to all. We have a question coming in from Sam Hill, and he asked, are your degrees recognized, accepted internationally, including the US? And have you been accredited? So that's a question from our Facebook audience.
Definitely, and I would love to answer that question. All of our programs, all of the programs that we offer, there's two types of accreditation. There's institutional accreditation, and there is program accreditation. The school cannot be given institutional accreditation until it has been open for a few years, and that goes across the board for any university. Program accreditation, of course, is something that we do have to attain before we can execute any program that we want to offer. So it is recognized internationally, regionally, and locally. by the necessary governing bodies. Now, we would not be advertising a program unless it is accredited. So persons who want more information about the accreditation process and how it works, they can call the school at 265-1011, and they could speak to the admissions counselor or the dean, well, the vice president, to get more information in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we are accredited. All of the programs are accredited, but for the school to be accredited institutionally, then that is something that will take a few years after a few successfully graduated classes.
Yes, thank you for that explanation. And Adams Healthcare, thank you for posting the St. Joseph University.edu.dm so we can have access to that information. So guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by to give us the updates about Adams Healthcare and St. Joseph University. Any final words before we wind down the program today?
Definitely. Just want to give the contact information to those persons who want it, or persons who want to call to get more information. For Adams Healthcare, the phone number is 275-1683. The number again is 275-1683. That's for Adams Healthcare. You can always call to book an appointment or a consultation to get more information about the services that we offer and to get information on the services or the tests that we have available in the lab and the products available in the pharmacy. Now for St. Joseph University, the phone number again is 265-1011. Again, the number is 265-1011. And both St. Joseph University and Adams Healthcare are located in the same building. As I said, everything is in one place. You do not have to go far. It is located right next to Digicel on Great Marlborough Street. So the building that Digicel is housed in, we are located. So St. Joseph University is from the 3rd to the 6th floor, and Adams Healthcare is from the ground floor to the second floor.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for that information. Mr. Thomas, any final words?
Well, I just want to encourage, first of all, let me thank you, Simon, and thank our viewers for tuning in. Certainly, by this medium, we'll go a long way in terms of marketing and advertising or informing the general public of the services that we offer at Adams Healthcare. So again, I want to thank you, and I want to thank your viewers. I also want to encourage persons within my voice, within the hearing of my voice, and those further afield to pay more attention to your health. Make sure you pay more attention to your health. And that is for both men and women. If we are not healthy, we cannot take care of our children. So in order for us to take care of our children, we must be able to take care of ourselves. So again, I am appealing to all to Adams Pharmacy is the one-stop shop for your, how should I say it, medical,
wellness needs.
Wellness needs, definitely. That's a better way to say it. And Simon, thank you so very much. You're doing an excellent job.
Yes, thank you.
We want to encourage everyone, those persons coming into Dominica for the Creole season. There is a long list of festive activities for persons to take part in. Be safe, take care of yourselves, enjoy the Creole season, enjoy the World Creole Music Festival and everything that it has to offer. Enjoy yourselves, but take care of yourselves and take care of those persons around you. Consider the health of yourself and consider the health of those persons that you want to protect.
And those persons coming in from the diaspora, we want to encourage you to come back and to visit us at Adams Healthcare.
Well, you know, I was just there in June, but I feel I should have been here in October because I'm missing all the But Miss Janelia Serafin and Mr. Errol Thomas, thank you for being here. Of course, this was Adams Healthcare and St. Joseph University updates. If you missed any portion of the program, we encourage you to go back and look from the beginning. We talked about such great information, including, you know, vaginal rejuvenation, erectile dysfunction. We covered everything, and there was no limit with what we were able to talk about. So we encourage everyone to share this live and let everyone everyone know about these important services at Adams Healthcare and St. Joseph University. Sam Hill thanks you for responding to his questions, and he says congratulations and keep up the good work. And my mom, Medina Senhouse, nice to see you on the Facebook Live as always. As always, thank you for your support. So guys, until we do it again next time, we want to thank our Facebook Live audience. We want to thank everyone who will listen via Untapped Potential as well as via our podcast. And we continue to promote and celebrate Dominica. Of course, I am Simone Matthew, and it is always great to be with you for another program. So until next time, if you're in Dominica, enjoy the festivities. If you're outside of Dominica, find somewhere to go to celebrate your culture and celebrate your heritage. I hope we're doing something in Atlanta. I haven't heard yet.
In New York as well.
Yes. Don't forget to follow Push Past 10 and click the notification button so you know the next time we go live. So until then, everyone, take care. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Simon.
You're welcome.
So
nice
much.
to meet you guys. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.